nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on my side.
Hello everyone, this is your host Maria Duenas with the Entrepreneur Soiree, and today I'm super excited to have my beautiful friend here, Chef Jenny Martinez, and she has an amazing story. If you guys don't already know, I mean, she went viral overnight on TikTok, and the rest is history, but we want to make sure you share that story with all of our viewers. So Jenny, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for this beautiful opportunity. And
absolutely.
Yes, I mean, I can't believe that overnight I went
Literally,
viral.
yes.
And so thanks to my daughter, Cindy, thanks to her that she's the one that showed me how to use TikTok. 'Cause I had no idea. I was posting on Instagram and I was doing my keto.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to do this keto thing just to kind of keep track on myself.
Okay.
And she says, Mom, you got to start posting on TikTok. And I said, what's
You're
TikTok?
like, what do you mean?
What is this? And my 11-year-old's like, I can teach you too, Mom.
I can show you.
So Cindy was really busy in school and she just opened up an account for me, but she didn't have time to teach me. So my 11-year-old was teaching me.
Okay.
And he was telling me what to do, but I didn't know I can switch from 30 seconds to 60 seconds.
Okay.
So I felt kind of like a robot.
You're all like,
yeah,
done.
I mean, 30 seconds. And then my daughter says, Mom, you're doing it wrong. Let me show you how to do it.
Okay.
I said, okay. First video that she recorded for me, we uploaded. That following night already had 1 million views.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe it. I was actually crying because my phone was blowing up. I think I had like almost 80,000 followers that night.
Wow.
But it just kept on growing. It just kept on
adding.
growing. And then everybody was saying, oh, what's a quesataco?
I was just going to ask you, what can you, for the ones that don't know, what is a quesataco? I mean, I know and I love them. But.
Well, the very first video that my daughter uploaded for us was birria, my mom's famous birria.
Okay.
And it was something that my mom was really well known for.
Okay.
In Mexico, she was the madrina de todas las bodas.
De la birria.
De la birria. She was, everybody would come to
Uh-huh.
her and said, ¿me puede hacer una birra? Mi mamá, claro, mija.
Uh-huh.
And so I never thought that I was going to actually learn how to make her birria. Because for whatever reason, it just kind of seemed complicated.
Yes.
And it was just so many spices. So that night that we uploaded the birria, we were in the very beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
And so I really didn't have all of the spices. So it was not like I could
like,
go
how
run
am I gonna go get, and
to the store.
You have to be specific with those ingredients. Yeah.
So I told my daughter, you know what? I have everything. Let's do it. So we did it, and I showed them how to make a quesataco. That's something that I've learned in Ensenada, Mexico.
Okay.
And sure enough, we posted another video showing them how to do the quesabirria taco. And that one went more viral.
Oh my goodness.
So people just kept on saying, Jenny, we want to see more. And then that's history.
Oh my
The very next month, it was my very first sponsor, and we were just so blessed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, the amount of money that they were offering
They
us,
were just
that,
like, girl,
like,
come
oh
on
my
over.
gosh.
So who was your first sponsor?
Smithfield.
Oh,
yeah, they
my
came to
goodness.
us and they offered us, like, can you work with our bacon? We're doing this campaign. And then after that, it just took off. Bounty came over, and then what was our other biggest one?
Who else?
Then El Super, El Mercado El Super, and then they gave me a very long contract. I was in tears because I just couldn't believe that this was happening to me. Wow. And thanks to my daughter, and I told my daughter, okay, you gotta leave your work.
Like you're on payroll with me now.
No, you have to leave your work. She was also working for a doctor, and she's like, all right, Mom, let me help you. And between us, we got it done.
Oh my gosh.
And then my boss started to find out that I was posting and cooking on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, but hold on. So what were you doing prior? Like, let's just take a few steps back. What were you doing prior to?
So I've always been in sales.
Okay.
I've always been in sales. And I was selling forklifts.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
You know, believe it or not, I mean, it's a really good industry to be in. I mean, every company needs a forklift, right? So it was kind of like
selling them by the dozen.
They needed one.
But I mean, what a contrast, right?
From
forklifts to in the kitchen. So your boss finds out that you're cooking on TikTok.
My boss comes and tells me.
My
girlfriend is looking at this video, and I heard your voice,
and this looks like you.
And I said, who's that? It's like, oh my gosh, that's Jenny. She works for me.
Oh my gosh.
And he comes to me and says, I saw you on TikTok, and I can't believe all the followers that you have. At that time, I think I already had 1 million followers.
Oh, wow.
Because it was that fast.
Okay.
And Oh my gosh. He says, I already know you're going to leave us. I said, no, I'm not.
Do this part-time.
But I was so ready. I was just so ready to leave work. I didn't have the heart.
Okay.
6 months later, I said, okay, I have to, because there was just so much work for us coming, all these sponsors, that I told my daughter, okay, you left your job, so I have
for
to leave
a reason.
mine.
Yeah.
Because we got to like focus on this.
Yes.
Just so many things happening for us, that Telemundo came to my house, Univision.
Yes.
And so the doctor show.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
you've been everywhere. And like I told you, for our viewers, I want to give you guys like a little background story as to why and why she's here. No, stop. Okay, do it again. Okay, for our viewers, I want to give you guys a little backstory as to why Jenny is here, because I felt like I already knew you. And I shared this when I reached out to you via Instagram. We were featured on the same show for Mother's Day. We get our hair done with our girlfriend Maribel, and that was just already a coincidence. Then my sister had already referred your page and like, oh my gosh, have you seen this girl? Whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I felt like I already knew you. So I was like, we need to bring her on here. And the fact that I love to eat and I'm a horrible cooker and you're just amazing and you have the best short recipes, that anyone could try. And I just like, I need to have her. And then here you are.
Thank you so much. And yes, thank you, Maribel.
I know, we got Maribel, you're next. So yes.
But you know what, and the funny thing is that I didn't change anything. This is what I do on a daily basis.
Okay.
A lot of people say, oh my gosh, I bet you're doing so much work now. It's like, no, the only difference now is that I have a camera in front of me.
Okay.
I do cook on a daily basis.
I was just going to ask you, and everything's done out of your home, your kitchen.
Everything.
And how?
And everybody that helps me is my kids.
Okay.
Cindy, of course, my daughter.
We can't forget
but
Cindy.
My oldest son, Anthony. Evan, he's 13 now. Josh
so it's like
is
a
11,
family
and my
event,
husband.
like a family affair,
Pretty
all
much,
hands on deck. You got
Yes.
something for everyone. And I've seen that they're recently coming out on your videos too with their own.
Well, you know what? Since the very beginning,
recipes and stuff.
very beginning, Maria, I said my mom has to be in the videos with me, because really these are her recipes.
Okay.
So if anything, my mom should be
give
getting
her
the
credit. Yes.
And so one of the things too, then when a book publisher came to me and said, like, are you ready to like do a cookbook? I'm like, yes, but my mom has to be a big part of this.
Of course.
Just because I think, I owe it to her.
Yeah, and those recipes, and I'm sure her mom had something to do with that too. Your grandma and passing on the recipes
from the
from
7 years old,
right?
she's been cooking. So yes, from her tias, from my grandma, from everyone, she's just been cooking in her comal, in el fogón, making tortillas a mano at 7 years old.
Yeah, no, and it's so funny because I was literally telling my mom the other day, I was like, Mom, like your food is just so amazing. Like it doesn't matter if she just like does a quesadilla. There's something about her.
You can never beat mom's cooking.
You can never beat, and that's why I'm just like, Mom, like, and my mom's also a great cook. And then like we'll have other cousins and be like, Tia, you should write a book, because she's also with old school traditions and recipes and things like that, and we definitely don't want them to disappear. So
for sure. And this is the beauty of our culture, that when I bring my kids to Mexico, they love it. Yes. They just love our culture. I guess it's an instant connection.
Rich. Yes.
That when I go to Ensenada with my prima Erika, making her garrafa.
And you were just there this like last weekend.
Video went viral too. Did you guys see it?
Yes.
And I finally had to convince her too, because she was really shy. She's like, no, the cameras are not for me.
Yeah.
But I've posted videos of her before, making her tortillas de harina, making carnitas, because every time that we go to Ensenada, she always welcomes us with food.
Of course.
And so food brings
that's part
us
of
all
our culture.
together.
That's our culture. Like we want to make sure, like we don't care about anything else, but if you have a good meal and that's how you entertain our, guests that come, you want to make sure there's food on the table. It doesn't matter what it is, but there's plenty for everyone.
And you know what? It's just so beautiful, because she says, I don't have money, but I have these hands that I can cook every meal for you. And you know what? That's the best.
Yes. You know what? But that's all she needs. And it's so nice to see that, yes, you, Jenny, have already, you have a platform platform, you went viral, but you're going back to your roots and to your hometown. And not only that, but you're also encouraging other women. In this case, it's your cousin, your comadre. It doesn't matter. Like, you can do this too. Like, the nice thing about, you know, having social media is that you don't have to be physically anymore at a certain place or location to be able to show your talents.
And that's exactly what I keep on telling my daughter every day. It's like, one of the things is like fear holds you back.
Absolutely.
And so, oh my gosh, they're going to criticize me. ¿Qué tiene?
Yes.
Nobody's perfect. Yes. Just do it. Just be yourself. Yes. Because there's going to be, like in my case, 3 million people that
loved it.
And not
everybody
likes it, but there's 3 million people that do.
And we're going to focus on those 3 million, right? We're all like, this is for all of you, not everyone.
So just do what you love, be yourself, and hey, you just never know.
You being a Latina, businesswoman and everything, what advice would you say, like, for someone else or another woman who's and I know fear is going to stop you, but what advice would you say, like, just kind of go for it, it's going to happen for you, would you give someone who's starting?
I say the greatest advice that I received was have discipline. Okay. Whatever you're going to start, just have that discipline and don't stop. Okay. Like, don't expect something to grow instantly, because it's not going to happen to everyone. Yeah. But if you're probably
like that one exception, you know, every couple thousand that it's not going to happen overnight. Well, Jenny, I'm sorry, but that was your reality.
I was blessed. I was blessed.
Yes, absolutely.
And but I always keep on saying, if you work hard, if you have that discipline, and if you have that passion, it's just that constant work. I mean, because you just never know. I mean, you're going to continue growing slowly, but one step further than what you were back, a couple
years, months.
So, I mean, just it's the discipline. And it doesn't matter what business you start. It's if you just continue doing it, something's gonna come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And congratulations, because you were also a winner on the show with Guy Fieri.
Can you guys believe it? Oh my gosh.
When I was like, wait a minute, this girl is literally everywhere.
When they invited me, I was like,
happen?
No.
So
this
who
is
reached
not for
out
me.
to you?
They're it's called Triple G.
Okay.
They're a supermarket, and they called me, and I said, no, this is not for me. I've never competed. I'm not a professional chef.
I'm just working out of my kitchen.
I just cook out of my house. I just throw food at the camera. My kids record me. Do you understand?
Yeah, like
and so they're like, Jenny, we want you here, and it's not like if you have to go and this
is not rocket science, Jenny.
No. It's like, you're the real deal. Yeah. You just have to show up. And I said, oh my gosh. So I was about to say no.
Okay.
And my daughter says, Mom, what have you ever told me?
There you go.
Don't ever. No, what did you say? Don't ever let fear hold you back.
Got it. Oh,
and I said, oh my gosh, she's using my own words.
But it's so true, right? Like, this is the advice. This is the advice you're giving your children. Exactly. So, Mom, set the example.
Like, Mom. So I said, all right, let's say yes. So 2 weeks later, I was already on a flight, and I was eating my nails like, oh my gosh, like what?
Like, what did I just sign up for?
Because it's not just only cooking under 30 minutes.
Of course.
You have to go shop. You have to go think as you're going. Okay. The game, and you're like, you have to follow the instructions.
Of course.
And so, no, pues yo bien chingona.
You're like, I got this. Quesadilla, rápido.
But then it's like, oh my, it's a whole other level of just energy, because it's like,
of course,
the time is ticking, so it's like, but somehow
did you
it was a split win.
I'm sure, but did you because you said you were actually working with chefs that actually have earned their title, and here you are, Chef Jenny Martinez, and you're like, did you feel intimidated knowing that you really were going up against professionals, considering that you were just starting and this is not what you were doing before?
I don't think that I was intimidated with professional chefs. I mean, my respect to them,
of course,
because when you know your skills, you just know your skills. It doesn't matter where they're coming from.
Of course.
I think the whole thing for me was, am I going to be able to finish on time?
Got it. Okay.
Because Mexican cooking, it's
forever.
like 100 spices for birria.
And 100 steps, right?
Yeah, and 100 steps. So it's like, am I going to be able to finish on time? So thankfully I did. And I don't know how I pulled it off.
You're all like, but here you are, and you were the winner. That is so exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like really going through your stuff, and I was like, wow, this girl is everything. So tell us, Jenny, what special projects do you have in the works coming up?
Wow. There's so many that I get so excited, and I can't really say much.
Okay.
But one of the biggest, I guess, pride of mine, just because of my mom, again, it's my cookbook.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what it's like, it doesn't matter what it says, but it's just me sharing her recipes through that book.
Okay.
It's like honoring her.
Okay.
So that's coming up. I know everybody says, Jenny, when are you going to get your cookbook? I'm like, I know. It's a long process. It's like literally having a baby and then later on giving birth. It's that long
I'm
of
sure
a process.
even just probably the process of selecting what recipes are going to go in that book.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Oh my gosh.
The writing and then the pictures and they have the taste, the recipes.
To make sure
so it's
it
like
matches.
a year and a half to 2 years process.
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
so this is kind of like a long-term project
it's a long-term
for
project,
you.
which just started, so it's still a long way.
Well, guys, hold on to that. I'm definitely going to be waiting for that because, like I said, I am not the best cook. I'm that girl that will start fires in the kitchen, and it's happened before, and I just think it's the funniest thing. I'm not my husband, of course, but it's true, you know? So I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I'm glad, and I can't wait for your book.
Yes,
so,
I'm really happy.
Going back to, you starting and you were selling, tractors for a living and sales, and I'm sure obviously this hasn't been like the smoothest ride either, and it hasn't all, just been uphill, even though, you went viral overnight. But what challenges would you say have you encountered in the process that you're probably thinking, or have you even just thought of like, should I just, go back to what I was doing or something else?
No, I've never thought of going back.
Okay.
No, if anything,
so
it's
this
like,
is
all
it.
right,
This is
like,
what
what's
you were
next?
meant
Yes.
to be. Okay.
Well, I don't know if it was meant. My dad keeps on saying that, and my mom's like, yo ya sabía, mija, yo ya sabía, con esa energía.
Yeah.
But, my parents, they just love me.
They're cheering for you. But
Yeah,
you know what? As they should, and you should feel blessed because not every parent, is along their kids cheering them on, no matter what it is.
No matter what it is. I mean, like I told you, I've always been in sales. I used to sell mangos and ceviche with my dad in the campos
in the carts, or like
no.
Just,
we were just like in the parks,
okay,
where there was like a football game, a soccer game, I should say.
Okay, show up.
My dad, that was his way of making extra money because I mean, making $3 an hour back in the day was not enough. Was just having 6 girls and 1 boy, so it was a total of what, like nine of us. And so we had to help. And my dad used to bring donuts home because he was working at a donut shop.
Okay.
And he would pack a dozen. It's like, mija, váyanse a vender. So we would go knock doors like at our neighbors, and we would make $1 or $2 selling our donuts. So I've always been in sales ever since a little girl. So I've always enjoyed it. And the funny thing is that my dad would send all of us like in the park, and I would come back.
You're the only one because they probably ate them. They're like, Dad, no, se cayeron.
Y los vendía por más. I'm like, let me see if I can get
like your little side hustle. Dad, I sold 3.
Like Dad, I brought you more money. So it's, I don't know. I've always been in that witty.
But you know what? I love that because believe it or not, and I mean, I actually believe this, that actually helps form some way, and it plays a special role in your life as you grow older.
For sure.
And here you are.
Yeah.
This is what you do now.
Yeah.
And
so from selling forklifts, now I'm doing this, and I told my daughter, no, we can't stop anymore because yes, we've seen, I mean, from not knowing what we're doing, now we're reading long contracts, and oh my gosh, I better not get into trouble with this sponsor, and then
reading long contracts, and you were mentioning exclusivity, right?
Yeah, just imagine my daughter and I reading all these long contracts. We don't have a lawyer, we don't have an agent, we don't have a manager. It's like, okay, what do we do now? So first thing, my daughter's like, we got to get a lawyer, we got to get someone to help us. I was just going to
say that, yeah.
Because with exclusivities and then, saying yes to a sponsor, then you can't work with another. You got to make sure you don't get into trouble.
Yeah.
So if anything, my daughter at one point, she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, this is so much work. Like, it's a lot. So I said, all right, so do we stop or do we continue? And she says, no, we're going to continue. We just need help. So we got a lawyer. We got someone to help us. We still haven't signed with a manager because somehow we've been doing it together.
And it's worked.
Alone, and it's worked for us.
Yes.
Thanks to her. Ay, Dios me bendice con una niña.
She was all like, yeah, that's your manager, girl. That hit her up.
My daughter.
There you go.
Yeah, Univision, they said, she's your daughter. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, she
there
is.
You go.
So thank God that she's really intelligent. She somehow knows she had to learn how to edit. She learned how to, deal with all these sponsors, how to get me more money. Because in the beginning,
negotiate.
You don't know.
Yeah, you're just like, they're throwing things out there and you're like, sure, we'll take it. But there has to come a point, like you said, like
all right,
this is going to turn into a business. So it went from just, and I'm sure it happened, like it went from just us having fun doing, short little clips to now like we have to think about the content we're going to throw out there because this is also going to be generating money for us. And if the viewers slow down or the views or whatever, then that kind of starts falling out. So I'm sure it's super stressful.
And it is at one point. I mean, when you have so much on your plate, you have to stop and say, okay, what is it that I'm really going to do? Because if you have so much, then you can't really produce the same way.
Exactly.
So one of the things that we said, okay, we got to see what is working for us and we have to stick with that. Yeah. And sure enough, we had to stop and we had to rethink everything because at one point, it was just too much.
And I'm sure you want to say yes to everyone.
But
reality is we can't.
Yeah.
So you have to be very selective with who you're now going to work with or partner up with.
Exactly.
Because your name is also attached to that.
And then you got to make sure that it also relates to who you are.
Exactly.
I mean, one of the biggest things, Maria, is that I still can't believe that I have so many little fans. I have 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds that they go to their mom and says, Mom, can you make what Jenny's making? It's like, who's Jenny? And I get all these messages from all these moms because of my 5-year-old, because of my 7-year-old, because of my 9-year-old. I'm watching you and I know of you. And they love you. He's walking around saying, Listo! Beautiful! Throwing things at the camera. And so it's like, wow, what did we
started a trend, right? Like Mom, this does not taste like Jenny's food. Well, háblale a Jenny que venga y te dé.
Pero it's I don't know. It just in the very beginning, it like bring me to tears that everybody was saying beautiful, everybody was saying listo, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, no, and you never thought that this was gonna, like you said, it was gonna go viral.
No, and I said it before. It's like, every chef really says beautiful, like at the end of their presentation, and someone said, no, Jenny, you brought beautiful to the next level.
Because it does come with such excitement and it sounds like very genuine. Like this is who you are. So you can try, to kind of just mask it or try to perfection that tagline at the end. But this is who you are. This is Jenny,
this is
at
who
the end.
Am.
Oh my God.
Cameras turn off. I'm still the crazy loud girl.
And still throwing quesadillas, right? Oh my God.
And still throwing quesadillas.
I love it, Jenny. Thank you so much for coming here. And like I said, I wanted to make sure I brought you because I had already been hearing about you and I was like, let's get this girl on our show. So where can our guests find more about you as you are embarking in other, goals and projects so we can keep up with you? Tell our viewers.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Happy Bellies by Jenny, or search me up on YouTube, Jenny Martinez. And if you type Jenny Martinez Birria, my name will come up.
There you go. She's the queen. She definitely is.
Thanks to my mom.
Thanks to your mom. Yeah, we need to make sure mom gets the credit and your daughter. Yes. We need another show for all that. But thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Bye.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient Nasset. Nasset increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.